Thanks for visiting Midas Technical Analysis. I just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of the Midas Technical Analysis indicator and to give you an idea of what it can do for you. Midas is an acronym that stands for Market Interpretation Data Analysis System. It was developed by Dr. Paul Levine, and there is some really interesting equations that go into the sort of inner workings of this indicator that will be explained more on the inside of the site. I am offering sort of an upgraded Midas indicator for your registration, so I'm hoping that you will register to the right of this video, and I'll look forward to sort of delivering a lot more interesting information and indicators in addition to the free upgraded Midas curve. The Midas indicator looks at the dynamic interplay of support and resistance as well as accumulation and distribution. Levine strongly believed that these were the key components to correctly identifying price action. Rather than getting into the inner workings of the formula that is sort of powering this indicator, I wanted to go ahead and show you what it looks like on a chart. You can very quickly pick up on the fact that this is pointing out really important support and resistance zones that would be invaluable in managing a position or entering a new trade, whether it's on a short time frame or on a longer time frame. So here we have the primary curve, the middle curve here, and we have the upper and lower channel lines. You can move these as you see fit. There's different ways or approaches that you want to take in relation to that. Sometimes going ahead and just adjusting the upper channel line from a pivot, far off, an important pivot like this, will give you just incredible support and resistance zones. I mean, these are very tradable. Obviously, this is on a daily basis, so if you would drop down intraday in here and just look for any number of different setups, you would have had some great shorting opportunities off of this point. And then in here we actually break up above and we start finding support from this curve, at least intraday. Right in here there still is a really nice trading opportunity if you're looking for buying setups. If you were holding this overnight, obviously that would have been a painful trade. And that does happen sometimes in trading, obviously. What we were looking for in that occasion was something along these lines, and you can see that this curve is still providing a great support and resistance barrier months later, and again right in here. The other way to approach it, or you can combine approaches, is to launch additional curves, and you can see we had our sort of first thrust up, a pullback, a new high in this area, and then we had a pivot low right in here, so we went ahead and launched again, trying to look for the best potential entries on a pullback. And this upper channel line is not calibrated at this point, so you can see that we would have been looking at this point, and it gave us a great potential trade area to be paying attention to in here. And then again, so you can see in here we're going to go ahead and calibrate the lower channel line to the low of that move down, and you can see how nicely it's holding support in through here. And then in this case the lower channel line is what ultimately is containing this test down. Okay, we start moving higher again, and again you can adjust to sort of monitor your position and give you a good idea of where you might want to place your stops, etc. You can just follow these up. Now, one of the other, I don't want to get too into this right now, but one of the other things you can do here is, in this case, you can see we're launching from a previous pivot low, but it's a pretty strong move. We're blowing through this potential resistance area, and then these pullbacks are just not coming all the way in. So you can actually calibrate the curve, so you're not necessarily launching from a pivot point. You're actually not paying attention to where you're launching it from. you're looking at where this curve is actually located. And so we have a pullback right in here. You can actually just calibrate the curve to that point, and you can see in cases like this where you're kind of outstripping the primary curve from you know, an important pivot, calibrate it, and it will frequently give you great support levels like that as well. And as we keep moving along here, you can see now it's giving us a really nice sort of resistance until we break above it here, and providing support in this case. And this is kind of an example of the foothills that Dr. Paul Levine refers to in his writings, which I will be making available to you in the website as well. And you can see we kind of have a meandering but slowly rising. The lows are slowly rising, and we're finding resistance. We start breaking above that resistance area. It does not immediately become support, but then we finally break above it again here. We find support, finding support, and this is one of the setups that Dr. Levine likes to look for. So this gives you an idea. Offering a free version of this indicator for registering, and we're going to be providing all kinds of interesting information. We've developed a number of indicators that will allow for longer term scanning. You can have intraday or daily or weekly, for that matter, alerts on different curves that you've launched, and you won't have to actually flip through, you know, 100 different symbols every day trying to stay tuned in on that front. It will just let you know when an important curve is being tested. And we are working with an auto trend indicator that has a parameter that looks for changes in the trend and will launch curves automatically. And that's in development. It's looking quite promising. There's going to be a number of things that we'll keep you posted on, and we look forward to working with you. So please register, and we will see you on the inside.